Okay, 1-0 isn't going for Acolyte 7, so he's not expanding. He's going for a graveyard early. Why? He's hitting the Voodoo Lounge right now with peons. The flip. Okay, I've seen this before. This is the little Makura trap. That's kind of cool.
We're taming! And the peon blocks the Acolyte, so the Acolyte can't last it. The attention to detail here.
This does cost a lot of lumber.
Lumber schlumber.
Ooh, and almost denying the last hit, but he gets it.
And he gets the claw, something that Focus wasn't able to achieve in 5 maps.
DK is out, creeping at the Hydra. This can be very hard to do without ghouls if the blade is harassing, but this blade so far is staying very passive. Looking for the next item. Some Schlippers would be wonderful right here.
A little bit of HP, you know, as we've seen Blade Master die in the last game that we casted here. Not too bad to have. And also against potential Shadow Hunter snipes, not too bad to have. 1-2-0 is actually going for very delayed Tet feeds.
Yeah. I guess he's anticipating Wyvern. It's the only thing here I believe that makes sense.
That's like saying anticipating rain in November in Hamburg when you see SOIN versus Undead.
But, excuse me, Neo, you have to take that back. It's Headhunters.
Well, we have some sunny days in November in Hamburg every once in a while. Like one, maybe. It is Headhunters. And actually, that makes sense. When did he scout that it's Fiends? Did he scout that it's Fiends?
Not really.
No, right?
He didn't even walk out on the map until now.
Yeah.
Also checking the lab and then running away. Okay, this is looking a bit weird. Well. Trying to pull the creeps, getting ensnared. Looking a bit wonky at the moment.
Very curious. I think 1-0 can still play Dark Ranger second, right? Dark Ranger second Fiends, that works against Headhunters.
Yep, that can still be a very promising Dark Ranger, but it's a lot worse than Ghouls, in my opinion. Ghouls are way better at immediately blowing up the Headhunters and getting the snowball going. In my opinion, Fiends are the way worse build against Headhunters. Pretty much all the time, also because they get kind of owned by TC normally. But the TC is currently still far away.
Blade Master gets the Ring of Regen. Very, very fine. Heal self on top as well. We'll be back in green in no time. 1-0. I've been very, very impressed with his performance lately. He's always been very creative. He always had high peaks, but then he also had pretty low lows when he looked a little demotivated. I haven't seen a demotivated, deflated 1-0 all year, it seems like.
Yeah, agree. I feel like 1-0 has been doing really well again lately. He's looking like one of those tournament-winning contenders currently. Certainly for this tournament, certainly if he makes it through this series.
Yo, hail Satan, my little lambs. How are we roasting elf players today?
We did already, Le Crestfallen. We said they can't read. Yesterday 1-0 was slaughtered by Live, which was cool to see from the Night Elf perspective. But yeah, in this matchup especially, he's looking really, really good. Level 3 up, Lich up, no Dark Ranger second against Headhunters, giving them a little more uptime, but of course you always gotta be careful about that Coil Nova.
No Wand of Negation here, by the way. 1-0 may be neglecting that item a little bit, but even without Wand, with the Frost Armor, the Fiend is actually pretty well protected. Coil again to heal it. That's the last Coil though, but also Blade is hurt. Doesn't have to be afraid of Nova, or Coil in fact at the moment, so looks like he's fine.
Okay, we are close to tier 3. We got the Kodo coming. So far, so good. Missing like one skeleton or so for level... Oh, a couple of more. Like one kill for the level 3. But 1-0 is not gonna give that to him. Shadow Hunter also 0 progress. And that's all without a Wand of Negation.
TC can then be started in a moment. We got the Orb of Lightning. And it takes a while to build your perfect Orc army. When you get to 50, when you have the triple hero, especially when you have some good levels, this Orc army gets very strong and dangerous. But you need to work to it. We're not there yet.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about Coil Nova because it is Frost Armor first, the classic 1-0 choice recently. Still a Creep Jack and a fragile Orc army. Blade at 3. Skeletons newly summoned. Shadowhunters a little bit hurt. Lich has great damage if he can stop and right click, but that is not the case. Hex, Focus could purge this one, but forces a coil. That was the last one. Not chasing though for another Hex.
Yeah, this game is pretty relaxed, right? These little skirmishes are so chill when there's no Nova. There's just not much damage to be feared. And also not much damage from Coil at the moment again with mana low. Seems like now we're splitting the middle camps. Now there's a little bit of a pause in the action. I didn't see the games yesterday, by the way, live against 1-0. Did they play one base or Expo?
One base.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fighting on live side. Like, he was ultra aggressive. Almost every game we had Naga in the middle, and from there on out it was pure brawling with the better end for life.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, life is looking really, really strong on the one base micro fundamentals right now. Exciting player to watch currently as well. I'd say this is a pretty good position for SOIN here. Got the Shadow level 2, TC is out, and there's still plenty of creeps on the map for the TC to enjoy. Always a good sign.
That was a sweet little steal by SOIN, we have to say. Nicely done. Now, Lich is super underleveled because of it. Blade Master got some progress. He also got that consumable
Sick.
item. Are you kidding me, SOIN? What a sequence!
Yeah, and there's no Nova. Like, Wonder can hardly do anything here. Doesn't even have a third hero. It's time to run.
That's right. Run for your life. SOIN coming in as the underdog. I think very few people gave him a chance in these final 4, but game 1 is looking lava hot for now. 1-0. This build was maybe a little bit off, but hey, it's not over yet. Coil Nova can always do something. Dark Ranger is coming in now, but with silence first.
SOIN had a great start into the game so far. He doesn't want to give up this corner of the map. Feeling pretty strong, but he also doesn't have everything unlocked yet. No aura yet, no level 2 heal wave yet. Grow the Beast popped. Destroyers here surely necessary. Oh, but it goes down right away.
Plus 33 damage on that blade. 142 critical strike. Focus at level 2 critical strike for 130. That shows you how pimped this blade is. Frost Armor, Lifesaver for now. With a little bit of reveal, he might get it. TC falls, but only on level 1 if he can get a Lich Revenge kill. He gets a TP stolen as well.
What?
Step out. It's over. Go next.
Has he realized the fiends are here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is
waiting.
This is so over. Oh yeah, we're done.
He was waiting for the dust cooldown, bro. Oh my god. SOIN is trampling on the competition.
Yeah, devastation here. Yeah, it's kind of funny how strong Orc looks when there's no Frost Nova. It's kind of an important spell, as it turns out.
And when the Blade Master has a couple of claws and damage boosts, can be a whole different game. You know what? Maybe we should add claws of attack to the Orc shop.
Sounds good.
Right?
Maybe make it some kind of a special offering. Every 2 salves you buy, you get claws for free. You know, like a Black
I
Sunday.
like that deal. Yeah. Remo salesman. I like it.
Sounds good. The TP steal. That was the icing on the cake. Blade's almost level 4 now. Focus is really close to 3 huge level ups. And Lich is level 1 still.
Yeah, 1.6 is so pathetic. He got good inventory though. So I don't know.
First hit purge. Lol.
He's just dead, isn't he? Oh, no stomp thanks to silence. And so there is a save for 1-0, but 1 crit,
First
and he's
purge.
gonna be deleted.
Come on, purge again. Screw it.
No, we need the hex.
Good silences though. But yeah, there's still no Nova, dude. This is ridiculous.
And there's dust against the burrow. Beautiful play by SOIN. Leaps and bounds ahead of 1-0 on game 1. Stomp on the DK. No coil. No DK soon. Gets the kill. Writing is on the wall for a while that SOIN is winning this, and man, in what dominant fashion.
Yeah.
Makes 1-0 look like a fool.
That looked like a ladder game. SOIN just absolutely owning every way from Sunday. Tournament didn't end too well for either. Do you remember that Hitman game versus Moon? Oh my god, dude. I think he got 3-0'd or something, and he made so many mistakes. We're like, you were the chosen one. You were the chosen one. You win. You face Happy in the grand final. You have a chance, but it didn't happen.
It was a Lawlight, right, who eliminated him?
Oh, was it?
Because I was 1000% on the Lawlight hype train, and I was very pleased that he lost that series. Because Lawlight is my boy.
Was it Lawlight versus Moon in the semifinal?
No, it was Lawlight versus Hitman, right?
Oh, I thought it might have been quarterfinal. Ah, it was a long time ago.
Yep. And a big party after, so memories got shattered.
That was a fun time with Lucy.
On that boat, dude. Oh, way.
Dude, the party boat.
Well, we were on that boat. Lucy wasn't on that boat.
Lucy didn't get on the boat. Nope. Denied. Entry denied.
Fun time, fun time.
Fast expansion, by the way. You mentioned it earlier. When Undead's scout a greedy tech without units, you can fast expand quite easy, it turns out. But the Orc can try to counter expand later. Or maybe even all in on tier 2. But that, of course, is risque. 1-0, unsurprisingly, gets the claws of attack again. And a quick level 2.
Well. How good is SOIN's build against expansions? It's always been a fear of the orcs, what to do against the expos. I think the solutions are getting a little better. As I mentioned yesterday, Focus played a tier 2 expo into Wyvern into tier 3 build. Maybe that's part of the repertoire of SOIN, or maybe he just knocks it down with a Blade Master by himself.
And indeed he does. 1-0 doesn't want to be kept busy here with the ghouls in the army. It's going to be the Nerub securing the expansion. Blade could go for a follow-up cancel here, actually. But instead, going for a little bit of a creep Jack, but he is spotted. That shouldn't be a last hit. Coil to secure it. DK again, amazing items.
I mean, it's Claw City here. Nice steal. All the claws that weren't granted to Focus are now in the inventory of these two players. Blade Master, after this early stage, level 1.9, is not too bad either. And again, going in with Headhunters, and 1-0 knows about it. But obviously, no Dark Ranger in reach. He has ghouls to fight them for now.
Last couple of days, I mentioned a couple of times, my favorite counter for Orc here is to go Radar Walker counter expansion with TC. But nobody does it. There's lots of different variations right now. Orcs may be trying to figure out what the best build is. Wait, Blade with a healing potion.
That is interesting, right?
All in.
No.
Fire load all in.
Okay, it's getting hot in here. Yeah, I mentioned your love for this Radar Walker build on the cast yesterday. Also mentioned how that is my absolute by far least favorite strategy against this. But you know, two different casters bring two different flavors.
Or as the guys say in Lincoln, different lawyers, different opinions. I love that movie so much. I know it's a bit cheesy, but I love it. The Fire Lord doesn't love getting coiled in the face, though. Uh-oh, that's a low HP FL. Good thing he's got the heal potion. Needs to pass it quick and heal up, and he does.
Here we go. Headhunters, not too much uptime because they have to flee from ghouls. Nice little individual movement right there. And very important to keep these lava spawns up.
Ooh, DK almost getting surrounded. Squeezing out of it. 1-0 started the tech. He might be willing to sacrifice its expansion, but of course wants to hold on to it for as long as he can. And if he can, definitely needs some more items. But Necromancy would be very helpful right here. These lava spawn. Oh, can now attack the Acolytes. Maybe they can split again.
They have to, I think. Otherwise, SOIN is running out of gunpowder. Or, I don't know, gas, whatever ignites this Fire Lord. Can they do it? DK coming in. There's no Wand of Negation just yet. One lava spawn down. Another one is splitting. No mana, no additional mana for this Fire Lord to summon another, as they're very, very, very expensive. But more Headhunters are trickling in. And Snare.
The plus 13 on the DK here is real nice, by the way.
I think SOIN is doing great. Tier 2 tech is only 1/3 for 120.
I think so. It might get this expansion, but I don't think it's going to get him the win. But we'll see. We got some rods now. 120 coming back to defend the expo. Ghouls are here along with the DK. We do have a bunch of lava spawn at the moment.
Headhunters are pretty good if there's no Dark Ranger, if there's no Wand of Negation, the Firelord can also shine. Headhunters are falling, but if he trades favorably, that's nice. And 120 is currently spending money on this expansion, not gaining money. And Snare. Uh-oh. There's a stab crit! Ooh, close, close.
I guess with that, the expo is going to be gone. I guess you don't want to unsummon here. You want to keep the orc busy as long as you can. Successful all-in. Takes out the expansion. But as I said, that might not be the ultimate game winner. So we're now going for the follow-up. He is going tier 3, but he's not going to have the normal orc tri-hero, that's for sure.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Is he far ahead? Far ahead enough, I guess. 120, plan B, trying to creep now. Alta and tier 2 finish now at the 7-minute mark with no extra income. An entire tech is ahead. How much can he do with Raider Headhunter now on the map? He definitely needs some more Blade Master levels.
Maybe 120 even has to buy a TP because of the ensnare danger. Not doing that though. He's coming back to contest the middle. Coil last hit would be pretty big. And now with the level 2 coil, also those headhunters have to be careful. One going down right there. Nice positioning on the Death Knight, keeping him safe in the back, but ensnares on ghouls can easily lead to kills.
He denied that headhunter. That was sweet.
Not bad, not bad.
Damn. SOIN gets level 3 with that. Is it level 2 crit? No, Windwalk, indicating that he wants to roam a little bit and not straight up fight. No backup expansion, no second expansion, to rather the tech to tier 3 with a Slaughterhouse and Lich. No tempo by 120 either. We kind of have a regular one base tier 3 game now with a Firelord twist.
Big item here in the middle. DK. Oh, has the coil steal just in time. Blade gets the belt, which is okay, I guess. Ends now on the Death Knight. That would be the huge kill. But a TP was purchased, so you can use that to get away.
And stays in the back. Very atypical for 120, but I guess he can't afford more hits now. Raiders not that hurt. The ghouls are suffering before the frenzy timing.
DK level 4. Good level up here. TP necessary in the end. Ooh, Lich also. Lots of damage. That's not bad for SOIN, man. He got a lot of pickoffs here with the tech lead.
Exactly. Yeah, and a 20 food lead with Wyvern coming in as well. Wonder if 120 is going into Dark Ritual? A Death Pact, I mean. He didn't skill Unholy Aura just yet. There will be a lot of hero focus, so might not be the worst choice.
120 playing very far back right now. The Blade is having amazing progress. Getting closer to 4, Filer almost 3. The question is, of course, how is the Filer going to scale late game? Normally, he's mostly used in the meta right now to have Incinerate stacking damage against tanky frontliner melee heroes normally. But he's going to have to more be worried about the ghouls, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. But that is why we get the Wyvern. Incinerate and Lava Spawn could be great against ghouls as well. Boots of Kel'Thuzad for SOIN. These inventories by SOIN. He got all the luck that Focus wasn't allowed to.
So many camps here being received. Absolutely wonderful. Level 2 Lava Spawn now helps as well with creeping. Shadow on the way. Does he have money for a tiny? He does, actually. He's got so much money. But he's going for the orb first.
Makes sense. Shadowhunter also double clarity, double heal self. That's a lot of gold gone. That was 600 gold, maybe. Belt of Giant Strength sold. I wonder if that will bite him. But the consumables look fine with the Great Healing and Invo Potion. Keep the Shadowhunter safe, keep the Firelord safe. Both rather squishy. 120 is allowed to creep. Finally, we got a level 2, the first time this series on the Lich. Apart from that, though, nothing out of the ordinary for 120. Straight up Ghouls Destroyers.
Ooh, look at the blade. Give him the orb. I think he doesn't realize he hasn't given the orb over. That's actually the most important item for the Blade Master here.
We're exchanging gifts now.
Plus 28. There we go. That's a sick-looking blade.
Yeah, great damage, great survivability. Ooh, how do you get out of this pickle 120? Being down 0-2 against SOIN ain't easy. A lot of people foresaw an undead mirror going into today. Was memeing a little bit. But SOIN could ruin that show.
SOIN on the prowl. He's looking for targets to be netted and quickly killed. A little bit of a first hit purge maybe. A little bit of a Blade Master special. Waiting to reveal himself.
Wonder if it's too low Wyvern. Still 50 food. Army size-wise, it's even.
In we go. First Berserker goes down. He wave a little bit too late. Kodo does not quite get the Devour off. Can only get Ghouls. Not even that valuable, I guess. But does get the Munch in the end. Heal Scroll against the Nova. Heal Wave as well. Delaying the dying of the Berserkers. Delaying the Skelly Snowball a little. But we are beginning to see it. But also the Undead Army has shrunk noticeably.
Very important that the Destroyer is gone. No Dispel against Lava Spawns. They can be a weapon against Ghouls. DK in trouble, has no TP. That's 7 seconds safety, where he can't be targeted by Ensnare. But once these 7 seconds are up, focus. SOIN is waiting, and once this kill can only coil once. Dark Ranger in dire straits. DK in dire straits.
Supply still pretty even. Focus falling back. SOIN falling back. He doesn't have the most mana anymore. And the Shadowhunter would love to be a little bit higher level. There's still more creeps. Towards the red, towards the Merc camp. Plenty of opportunities still for more experience. Death Knight now in trouble again. Ensnare, if there's a crit, could have been dangerous.
Do we have more than one Ensnare? Not really. Purge would also help. Hex would also help, but we don't have that yet on only level 1. It gets a little one-dimensional here with the DK focus, but he's just one crit away from that. Kill needs healing or that potion. Now we got level 2 and now we got Hex.
Is there an Ensnare as well? The block from the Raider. He doesn't even need the net. Hero kill. Big one. And going for the next one as well. If the DK falls, the game's over. With the coil, with the heal. The Ensnare's there though, and that's the kill. That's a 2-0.
So insane. Damn, this guy is on fire today. Very noticeable in the first moments here on Springtime already, where we've seen great micro. During the push also, great micro. And then he puts the Sherry on top with the Raider body block at the very end. Front to back, gorgeous performance by SOIN. And also the balls to go Blade Master Firelord all in. That has not been super successful in the past, but he saw that opportunity, went for the potion, went for the base, got that one, and played it safe also.
Would love to start things off ideal here with the W. Acolyte pull is what I would have expected here against this creep, but actually not. Okay. Easy start for the Blade Master. Would love to get some claws again.
And that must be said. Both inventories on both maps have been very, very good for SOIN. Of course, it's like partly due to his creep route and him contesting spots and being successful there, but also a tiny little bit lucky in comparison to his focus earlier, who wasn't that lucky, and then he's missing the damage output. So how will this look with a regular inventory?
SOIN's trying to build in that inventory a little bit. He got the circlet now. Going for the green camp in the corner. Here, there's a permanent item. Excuse me, a consumable item, not a permanent item. So there's going to be not a damage boost. But there's still plenty of opportunities to get more on Autumn Leaves. Sentry wards might be nice. And again, we're going to have the Headhunters joining soon.
Never in a million years did I think that this would work. In 2026, I thought we'd be stuck with Wyvern until the end of time. But the orcs show some ingenuity, so show some improvement. This is a rather tame early, eh?
Yeah, both players leaving each other alone. It's just creeping, and it's just slow creeping, because we had no unit at the start to creep with. Only now Fiends are coming out. Only now Headhunters are coming out. 1-0 is a bit ahead, thanks to those wonderful Skelly boys, though, that are always at his side.
Did you just assume the Skelly's gender?
It's hard to tell, right? When we look in the crotch, there's not much to see, but... yeah, I call them the Skelly boys. The boys are my boys, you know?
Okay, I see how it is. We got dust available against that blade. Doesn't need that now. Shows them already. Chip, chip, chip. Chop, chop, chop. Hacking away at the Fiend. And we are at the beginning of Tier 2. Creeps woken up, so there's Inner Fire prepped. And then we can only assume it's Shadowhunter and Lich. Oh, 1-0 spin it for Dark Ranger.
A player's forces are under attack.
Haven't seen that too much recently. Dark Ranger second always seems to be a bit risky. If the Orc then pivots into Wyvern, she can quickly look underwhelming. But right now, the willingness to go Wyvern seems to be rather low, which is good news for us. Blade Master actually got revealed from behind the trees. Ooh. So, no easy last hit here.
He came from behind, but nice awareness by 1-0 indeed. Currently occupying the tavern. 1-0 started that Lich. I think that was the plan all along. And snare. Voila! But there's plenty of coils, so nothing should die.
Falling back with the Fiends. Lich on the way. Blade would love to get this last hit an item from the Magi. Shadowhunter back at home. Picking up some items. I would like to see 1-0 going for a Wand of Negation again. It's looked so good whenever we saw it, pretty much.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised to not see it earlier. Also against the Fire Lord, that was quite sweet. At the moment, no solution for Hex, and Fiends are slow already. Shouldn't lose them. Fiends are very expensive.
Yeah, it's been a slow game so far. Both these strats not so insanely powerful early on. But 1-0 has played the strat many times with much success many times. Here's the Hex, going for the Fiend again. And we indeed don't have negation. River Speed Scroll? No, don't have that either, so not so easy to chase.
Ooh, Blade is missing some damage, no claw, but the Ogre Magi is helping with Bloodlust. There's so much damage to the Fiends. This could be a catastrophe for 1-0. Man, the Wand of Negation is missing left and right as he gets 2 Fiends. 420 gold gone.
Yeah, Wand of Negation is like the best thing ever against Hex. Like, this is an own goal. 1-0, this is your fault. You dug this grave, and now you're lying in it.
Exactly. And now, SOIN is shoveling the dirt back on the coffin.
Hex to get the last hit. Did the Lich steal it, actually? Oh, he did! Wow, sick last hit. That was pretty nice.
Okay, but damage is, of course, done. 1 Headhunter in exchange. Doing some damage on the DK, receiving some damage on the blade. Shadowhunter didn't level too much. But yeah, he was willing to contest and not to level himself. Tier 3s on the horizon for 1-0. Already done for SOIN. Bursey upgrade, TC. 1-0 is diving quite deep on the map for more Headhunter kills.
And kind of similar now to map 1. When there's no Nova, it is so chill, dude. You can just walk away. The Headhunters are safe. No problem. Healing up a bit. Got the Berserker training. TC is out. And again, similar to map 1. So many camps for the TC to enjoy.
How unrealistic, right? Should be more chill with Nova.
I guess it depends on how much you like the cold.
Definitely better than the heat.
I can get behind that. Rather freezing than sweating.
There you go.
Oh, Lich by the way. Lich by the way. And Snare. What That's a surround. Heck? DK is way too far away. 1-0.
DK?
Let's, yeah, this is... yeah, 1-0. Today might not be his best day.
Do you remember how I praised 1-0 about how consistent he got and that there was no dud performances in a long time?
Oh, and Snare. Hold that. I guess not a follow-up surround. Though if there's a crit...
We have no Hex anymore, thankfully. Otherwise, 1-0 might be dead. SOIN is putting on a clinic. SOIN is inches away from a 3-0.
Yeah, crazy. Really good showing by SOIN today. Gets a big catch here on the statue. Easy pickoff with that end snare. Why is 1-0 still here? Why was he there with a Lich alone in the first place? Why did he not buy a Wand of Negation?
You can ask why he's still in the game, yeah. And not TP out, because that is an abysmal state of the undead army. He's supposed to be around 50 with the Ghoul Destroyer timing push. Try hero, go, go, go. He's at 30 food. That's ridiculous. I had more food this morning for breakfast.
Good silence here, though. That's a triple. And the TC is almost dead. Doesn't have a ring. Good old paper TC. The undead army is so tiny. Now the Stomp's ready. Hitting those ghouls. Hero kill. 1-0. Maybe if he gets a hero kill, there's a way back.
Yeah, there's no healing, and the levels for SOIN are low. 1-0. Gotta be careful here as well. Saves the Lich. Might be an opportunity to kill the DK now. There is a town portal, though. All of a sudden, with this tiny army, 1-0 is in the process of turning this game around.
Got the level 3 here. Huge level up. He would love to get that Kodo. But the blade is protecting it. He's still high enough HP to do a little bit here. Backing away. I guess SOIN still has the lead, but 1-0 is fighting back. Finally showing some more signs of life.
Yeah, he was fighting with an orb. No orb on the orc side. In the process of stealing something. Lich close to getting level 2 here. There's no Nova at the moment. Oh! He got that! Item goes to 1-0, and that is an Ankh, but the experience stolen by SOIN.
Gives the Agitome to the blade. Love that. Good min-maxing. Blade now level 3, but TC and Shadow still need more.
Always hungry for more XP. Heal wave guaranteed. Aura soon. We have good damage output now on 1-0 side with Destroyer up. Statue micro as always impeccable. Mana's looking good there as well, and now the next big item. But SOIN is not willing to give up the middle of the map just like that.
Has to use a coil to get the item, but it's stolen! The Hex was used, the blade picked it up. It's a Belt of Giant Strength. Could be sick on the TC, by the way. Silence on the Shadow Hunter, but can't kill him really. Nova onto the Shadow, a little bit wasted. The Death Knight almost surrounded. The Death Knight is dead, isn't he? But there's the Ankh. Sorry, forgot about that one. He's going to be returning, but Lich doesn't have an Ankh. Needs to come back for the coil ASAP. Oh, just in time.
Woohoo! That was so close! Raiders getting torn apart. Do we have another Stomp? Not really, but soon. Blade Master chasing. There is a town portal on 1-0. He might be able to calculate it now. Coil! The guts on 1-0 to turn around right next to the blade to throw that one more healing projectile. And he stays alive with that. Pretty competitive when we look at the supply. The longevity, though, might lie with SOIN.
Yeah, TC level 2, big upgrade right there. Next required level up is the Shadow for 3. And 1-0 now, looking a bit scared. No TP anymore, no Ankh anymore. Death Knight is low. Statues need to get to work and start healing.
Both second heroes need level 3. There's lots to creep here on Autumn Leaves. Big items. We got the tech upgrades rolling in for SOIN. We got a Temple of the Damned once again for 1-0. For years, he was refusing to use the Banshees. Now he's fully on the hype train, and I love it.
That's going to be very valuable damage mitigation. Against the Blade Master especially, but against everything. Because from the Orc it's basically purely right-click physical damage.
Ah! Oh. Dark Ranger almost dying to creep, so I was a little scared.
Big item here from the red camp. Also a decent one being found for SOIN. What was it? Periapt. Not bad on the Shadow actually. Protects him from the Coil Nova danger.
I agree. Was about to make the same case for the belt. As we've seen many Shadow Hunters melt in late game situations. You want Invo Potions on all heroes ideally, but you can't get them all. Cloak of Flames. Nice for the TC. So it's nice for 1-0 that SOIN doesn't have it. But what he's got is an expansion coming up.
They're looking for the Purge. There it is. Can you pick off the statue? Crits are pretty underwhelming at the moment. Ooh, but that's a good level up right there. Shadow 3 is huge. And the Orc army is looking good.
TC is also close to 3. If he gets the green spot with TC only, that might be it. 1-0, rallying up an army with Banshees. with mana potions. This looks very decisive.
Oh, Blade. Almost has the time for the steal. Oh, that was close. Would have been gloves again. Gets the invoke potion here. Gets a little steal in. SOIN looking so eager to fight.
Invuln is very, very, very important that he has it on TC and Blade. We go for the back line. We go for the skeleton.
The Berserkers are quickly in trouble. It's going to be 3 taken out in no time. The Skelly Snowball might be beginning. The TC with one big stomp here in the middle of the Undead Heroes. Now he's out of mana. But he's going to have another stomp again kind of soon. Army is quickly melting away. Soon it's going to be only the heroes left.
It's all about the heroes for the orc anyway. Maybe a Kodo, DK, waiting for the crit, but there's a lot of misses from the curse.
Oh, the Purge!
To her Purge, TP, and level 4. Mamma mia, what a fight. Ghoul's still alive. That was the Scroll of the Beast used in that fight. And for SOIN, this was a lot of time for his expo to finish.
It was also lots of losses, though. That's almost everything dying. Only the Raider and the Kodos make it out in terms of army. But yes, we have now high levels for the Orc indeed. Blade Master about to hit 4. TC got the level 3. But SOIN needs to get some mana back.
Yeah. ASAP. He got the Invo Potion. That is sweet. But 1-0. Knows with the statues he might have more mana than his opponent. Item, big mana.
Needs to give that to the healer. Trying to run away is SOIN. There was no mana for the Nova. Otherwise the Kodo would have likely been dead. 1-0. Still has a timing here to do quite well. Oh, he's thinking about the red camp. That must mean he doesn't know about the expansion. He doesn't feel the urgency.
Exactly. SOIN fooled him quite a bit with that fight on the right-hand side. 1-0, not the presence of mind here. Blade Master waiting in the wings. But yeah, 1-0 abandoning the red spot. Going for a little green to do something. That might be an opportunity for SOIN to snack it up. Or just another fight.
The Skelly Scout, by the way, it expired just before seeing the expansion. And 1-0 might not have realized how far it went. He might have thought he looked up there, but actually didn't see it. The longer we are staying here at the red, the better it is for SOIN.
This happened yesterday versus Focus already in similar fashion. Blade comes in, steals this, nice. That he didn't see an expansion for a very, very, very long time, and that gave Focus the win eventually.
Picking off some targets here. SOIN is doing this well, man. This is good patience. Just threaten the creepjack, stick around, count down the seconds, hope for the minutes, and get rich.
No reason to really risk anything anymore. Last hit goes to SOIN again. He got both wolves.
Super sick, very nice. But 1-0 has the crucial level ups, pretty much. 4-3-3. This Dark Ranger could still dominate the ground fight when it finally breaks off.
Yeah, but we're switching into Wyvern already. Nasty Nova in the back. Oh, mamma mia. There's a lot of headhunters falling. And the Raiders were also blocked by Skeletons and DK. TC coming in with the Storm. DK Blade Master takes care of the Banshee. All right, but is it too little too late?
Trying to switch targets. Blade Master getting to the back. Going for the Destroyers. Mana Potion. Heal Wave. DK not using the coils at the moment. Maybe it was on cooldown. And the Berserkers are almost all eliminated. But SOIN found plenty of kills himself.
Exactly. He is not producing at the moment with 1,000 gold. It's all micro, no macro. Little bit of an oversight. Now we go into Raider and Headhunter, so we're not fully switching. Lich in a bit of trouble. Wyvern hurt, at least one. Destroyer also. This fight is all over the place.
TC level 4, that's great as well. Level 2 Aura now benefiting the entire Orc army. Shadowhunter level 4, triple level 4 heroes. And SOIN has more army still left over. The Skelly Snowball was dangerous, but not overwhelming. We're still fighting for this red camp, and 1-0 might still not know about the expo.
And SOIN is getting closer and closer to a grand final with 3-0. Shadowhunter on the menu. Coil, focus, and it's exactly that. The Shadowhunter is always the target, despite the parry up. The invulns on Blade and TC can still chase now. Maybe go for more ghouls. Maybe go for the Shadowhunter at the tavern.
Yeah, Shadow comes back, but without mana. If he gets too close, he might die again to Coil Nova. The Lich is really close to 4, and then we're gonna get to Dark Ritual.
There is Dispel against Hex. Blade Master closing in on level 5. But the Undead Army, as long as there's 3 heroes and a statue, still competitive. But it's also 1 base down. 174 crit. 2 crits in a row here. Blade Master might be forced into that invul potion in a second. There is more coils. Wants to be stylish and dodge it? Not really. And after 3 minutes of fighting, 120 claims the red spot.
Big item and big level up here for the Lich. Dark Ranger also going to be very close to leveling up, although her level 4 maybe not that big. Unless she hits a multi. Could actually be quite nice. What's the item? Has to be a good one. Claws plus 12. That's real good.
Oh yeah, can't debate if you want to give it to Lich or Dark Ranger for both amazing, but more attack speed on that Lich. So we'll see. SOIN back at 57. By now, 120 must have an idea that SOIN's recovery is way too quick for 1 base.
Yeah, it should be feeling that way. Stomp comes in. DK is stunned. DK is a viable target now, I guess, especially if Blade gets level 5. Maybe she's trying to trade out units until he hits that big level up for 5. Blade doesn't have the craziest items, but that crit would still be good. DK ensnared, kind of surrounded. Big Stomp coming in. Death Knight in trouble and dead. And that might be it. It is GG 3-0 SOIN owning 120 today. We got the big upset.
So in the grand final, who would have thought, man, 120 getting schooled in this matchup after being super strong versus Focus yesterday. Little bit of game tape. Maybe for SOIN to study, maybe Focus did him a favor there. It is one of the best SOIN results since War 3 Champion Season 9. That is years ago, maybe half a decade ago. I don't know. Let's see. When was this actually? 2022. So yeah, more than 4 years since he had that big grand final versus Happy, where he also went into the tournament as the underdog, where also nobody expected him to be successful, but he did it. He seized the opportunity, and now he got yet another chance for glory.